Good evening, everybody. Let's just go and get my comments so I can say hello. Here we go. Wow, there's a few of you here tonight. Let's have a quick look. So, good evening. Can you all hear me okay? That is the priority because you need to hear me tonight. Most of the time you don't, but you do tonight. So, shall we say hello? So I'll keep doing this because my camera is a different angle to my computer. So hi, Sarah, or is it Sarah? Sarah. Hi, Angie. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Karen. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Miriam. Hi, Elaine. Hi, thank you, Jean. Oh, hang on, I'm missing you. Oh, goodness me. There's a lot. There's a lot of you here. That's gone a bit crazy. Hang on. I'm going to have to go back to the top now. Right, where did I get to? Goodness me, there was 44 here and now there's 116. What's going on? Right, okie dokie. So hi Jenny, hi Miriam, hi Trisha, hi Elizabeth, hi Lane, hi Jean, hi Hilary, hi Jane, hi Hayley, hi Shirley, hi Christine, hi Sam. Wow, okay, busy night tonight, ladies and gents. Oh, thank you for joining me. I'm really excited. I'm really excited about this one because it was. I'm really sorry that we delayed it. I know we planned it 2 or 3 weeks ago, didn't we? And then last week it was meant to happen, and of course I forgot. I was on TV, so we had to do our show and tell. So tonight, hopefully, more of you managed to get your kits, and we'll be raring to go tonight. I will put you on the overhead shortly, and we'll go through everything. But let's say some hellos and let's welcome you all. Tell you what we're going to be doing. Please do share for me so we can make sure everybody gets to see the watercolouring, gets to see what you can do. It's a free class. It's just nice that we can all do some crafting together. You might watch it and then go away and do it, or you might colour in with me, but it would be nice for more and more people to join in with us. So I'm going to do my usual social media sharing from my phone as it's easier. So go to my page and turn myself off, turn my volume down. That's that. And okay, where am I? Where am I? I'm live. Okay, so share, right post, pop it onto my feed. There we go. So I might be in with a chance of winning. No, I won't be because I didn't comment. Right, silent mode on, so I don't hear myself now. Cool. So how is everybody? I'm well excited about this. So tonight, this is not about what's coming up on telly, although I will give you a peek at the end, and it will be at the end, and you are... Oh, it's going to be really cool because it's different, but it's cool and you're going to love it. And it's not expensive. There's going to be bits for you to purchase because we do have Christmas at the end of the month. So I'm very, very aware of that. Hi, Shelley from Michigan. Again, where are you all from? Are you all enjoying the sunshine here? Obviously in the UK. I know some of you are not from the UK. So what is the weather like? Lisa, the headband is back. Now come on then, come on. I got some really good feedback about not wearing the headband, and then some people, I think they were quite not confused, but it wasn't me anymore. It was like Lily when I was younger and I had my hair cut off. She said, "You don't look like mummy anymore." So did I not look like Lisa anymore without my headband? What do you think? Headband or no headband? That is the question. I have to go right to the bottom there because there's lots of you here. Who's that? Did I miss? Did I just say, let's have a look. Just checking, everybody. Yeah, some people do prefer to watch me and then have a look, have a go later. Julie Allen, now you are a smart cookie because you've been paying close attention to what's coming out, haven't you? That's only one of them. That, I'm trying to think when that will be out. You might have to wait a bit for that one. You might. Don't know yet. It's sunny in Michigan. Nice. So when are we going to have a workshop in Michigan? I think that's what we need to do, don't you? See some, see, headband. Oh, thanks, Elizabeth. There was no headband on Create and Craft, was there? Wickham. Wow. Joe. Hello, darling. How are you? I've mentioned Christmas. It's the dreaded C word, isn't it? Yeah, 26th of June. It kicks off on the 24th, but I'm on the 26th. I know, it's scary, isn't it? But I've been having Christmas for weeks and weeks already. It's been driving me insane. By the time it gets to Christmas, I don't want to have Christmas. But then I'm on to next year's Christmas. So it's Christmas all year round. Right, okay. Now, let's get cracking with this. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Lots of people seem to be partial to the headband, don't they? It's funny, isn't it? I look younger without the headband. I'll take that one every day of the week. When you were wearing it. You look beautiful when you were with Nigel and Create and Craft. I don't mind you with or without. Oh, yay, love Christmas. Deborah, you might not soon. I'll be driving you mad with things to put on the website for Christmas. Right, let's get into it, shall we? We've got a lot to do tonight. So where do we start? Now, if you're watching, that's fine. If you're colouring along with me, that's fine. So what do we need? What do we need for tonight? So what I'm using is my Wild Peony die, my embossing folder, which does have a die with it, obviously, but we don't need that. If we don't want to, we can. I've cut mine out already and I've started a little bit of prep so I know what I'm doing. So I'm using that one. But if you've got any other folder, the principle is exactly the same, okay? And then I'm using our fabulous Watercolour Euphoria paints, which are stunning. The colours, the pigment in these paints is phenomenal. They're very high quality. They are beautiful, and they do come with 6 metallics in the pack as well. So if you've got those, great. If you haven't, if you've got your own, that's absolutely fine. If you want to watch and see what they're like, again, equally fine. So that's what we're using. This, by the way, does come with a watercolour brush. But we are also going to be using our paint brushes, which come in our set, which have got the little, hang on a minute, the standy up bit, like so. These are really cool brushes. Well, we'll get on to use those on another day. So I'll be using those because they are my go-to brushes. And then we are using watercolour card, and I'm using my A4. Where is it? I don't want to lose where I've positioned it. Using my A4 watercolour pad. Okay. So I probably moved it right in the wrong position now, but we can, when I go to the overhead, we can have a look. So you're going to need that. You're going to need a piece of tissue. Mine's a bit of loo roll, kitchen roll, microfiber cloth, whatever you want. And you will also need some water. Mine's in the lid of a Yankee Candle jar, simple as, so you don't have to worry where your water is. I just find a jar, you end up putting your brushes in, you're leaving them, and then the ends get bent and they get waterlogged. It ruins the wood on the brush, on the stem of the brush. So I just don't often use a big jar. I tend to use something smaller and I wipe off. Okay, so my brushes that I will be using from the set are if you've got them, are numbers 1, 4 and 5. Okay, they're the 3 brushes I will be using. Again, it doesn't really matter, but you want, I hold these up, you want a couple of fine, well, you don't even need 2, hold it that way, fine brushes with a really nice fine tip, and then you want one that's a bit bigger that you're going to be able to do most of your work with. All right, so these are going to be for the black and these are going to be for the red. Okay, pretty much all you need. It's going to be very relaxed, very hands-on, and very repetitive. Now, repetitive is good because what I want you to remember is your first one isn't going to be your best one. You can sit and watch me and you'll go away and you do it and you'll go, that's rubbish. I did it. I've been there. Keep practicing. Keep going back to the video. Keep watching the video. Watch, and just repeat, repeat, repeat. And one thing I would tell you, and I say this an awful lot to people, and I've said it for years, and it's an absolute fact, black is your friend. Please do not be frightened of black. We will be using black. Grey isn't good enough. You need to use black for this technique. So don't panic, but try it. Go with it. If you make a mistake, if you don't like it, first of all, you got too much black, not enough black, it's fine. It's a piece of card. You can start again. That's all you need to remember. You are not damaging anything. It's not life-changing. It's a piece of card, okay? So hopefully you've all liked and shared. At the end of the live, we will talk about a giveaway, but let's do this first, okay? Let's do the crafting. That's what we're here for. Remember, you might have the daffodils, you might have the fairy pedestals, you might have one of the earlier ones, which was the peony blooms. I don't know, the peony, blooming peony, the budding stems, any of them will work. So it's not a stress. Let's not get bogged down into which one you've got. Obviously, I'm using the wild peony. So if you want to follow along, exactly, the wild peony is the one to go for. And it's quite a forgiving one as well. So I'm going to switch you over to the overhead, okay? Right, and let me get myself in position, all right? So I probably won't see a lot of comments tonight because my head is going to be down and we're going to be crafting, all right? So if there are things that you need to ask, I will probably pick them up afterwards, okay? But I will go back later on and check the comments. So on my desk, I have my image, okay? I have my paints, I have my bit of tissue, and I have my water. You'll see it's kind of slightly tilted down. I've brought the camera in really close and it kind of gives it a very slight, what do you call it? Fisheye kind of look. Prudence, where's the Prudence picture? Oh, it's got turned round. It looks like it's got knocked. Someone's knocked my Prudence picture. Hang on, let me just turn it round. Or it could have been, actually, Danny did some polishing yesterday. It could be where Danny did the polishing. Let's have a look. There she is. She's back. I just turned around. Right, okay. So, hi Brenda, thank you for watching and thank you for liking and sharing and welcome. I really hope you enjoy it. Can I use the water brush if that's all I have? Absolutely, yes you can. You might find that you need, for some of the detail, a little bit of a finer brush, but for this, you will absolutely be fine for now. Okay, it comes, the brush set does come with a lot of brushes. I'll go through it in a second with you. Actually, let's do that now. So, we'll talk about paints in a second, but you can see the paints here. We've been through this. What I've done for mine, I've taken a piece of watercolour card out of my watercolour book. I have die cut the piece of card using this die, and then all I've done is pop that into the embossing folder and I have embossed it. Okay, so now we've got this. Obviously yours will be plain white. I've started just because I want to talk to you about what I've done and then we'll go into doing it. So this is what we've got. So the brushes, let's show you the brushes. Yours will come with a sponge as well, but I have the sponge is very annoying, so I've took the sponge out. So you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 brushes. That's an old one I was using that just filled a gap for now. So you're going to get your really heavy duty brushes here. Okay, these, you don't really need these ones for tonight. These are great for washes. You actually get your chamfered edge brushes as well. You get a couple of those. You get your flat brush, a couple of those. You get Oh my God, you get loads in here, and we'll go through a discussion on brushes another time. But for now, all you need to know is there's 15 brushes in here. You need 1, 4, and 5. They are round-headed brushes. Two have got longer. Let's hold that down. Two have got longer bristles on them. They're synthetic hair. Okay, so don't worry. Now, when you get yours home, I'll show you. These will be solid. Let me move that out of the way. We don't need that now. These will be solid, okay, just like so. But what you're going to do is you're going to just prise them apart. Prise them apart. And when you finish with your brushes, good evening, ladies. More of you just arrived. Hi, Pat. So, what I'd say is when you finish, get some soap on the end, and you're going to do that. And you're going to make all those bristles pointy again, and it keeps them safe. They go hard, and then when you go to use them again, they'll be in beautiful condition, and give it a little bit of a rinse, and they will soften again. Okay, so where do we start? My palette is well loved, and you can tell I use this a lot. Now, I've taken a couple of the paints out, and this is the beauty of this. You do get little gaps within the when you've got yours all along, you will have gaps. Even if I put them back in there, there'll still be a little gap, so you can quick them out if you want to. Now, what I'm using tonight are particularly this red here. Okay, so the one between that's a beautiful cerise pink. That's another dark and almost like I want to say it's not a burgundy, but it's a deeper red. This is like your poppy ruby red. We use a little bit of orange, probably, potentially a bit of yellow and black. We'll try and get into the green, but the main focus tonight are these leaves, these flowers, and that is where we're starting, okay? And what you're going to be doing is you're not going to be doing all of this. You're going to be turning your work all the time. And that's one of the reasons I've cut mine out, because the space I've got on my desk, I need to be able to turn it easily, and you need to be able to see it. So now to decide what brush we're using. And actually, looking at my 3 brushes, for now, I'm going in with this middle one, which is your number 1. All right. So let's start with number 1 and see what we do. There is no right and wrong way of doing this. So please don't think I'm an expert. I am not. My background is not as an artist. I'm a crafter. I'm a card maker. I'm not an artist. However, what I would say to you, I've still got, yes, my telly nails have lasted for ages, haven't they? What I'd say to you is this is meant to be fun. This is not meant to be a chore. If it's a chore, don't do it. If it's fun, it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. Now, there are different ways of colouring. Or painting. You can paint wet on wet. Now, I'll put my brush down just a second, pick up another one. Wet on wet is when you take water, put water on your area, then you put water into your paint and you pick your paint up. So it's wet paint on a wet surface. You can do wet on dry. So it'll be a wet paint onto a dry surface. Now, it's entirely up to you how you do it. For this, I'm a bit of a wet on dry. So I'll have a wet paintbrush in my paint, and then I will put it onto dry card. So what I want you to do is I want you to put plenty of water into your paint, and I'm going to do it on here as well, just so you can see. And I'm going to get plenty of paint on there. So you'll see when I pop it down, it's very thick and very heavy. All right. And then what I can do is I can go in with the tip of my brush, grab some water, and then I can pull that out, and you'll see how much colour you get. A little bit more water, and you'll see how far it goes. So just be aware that they're very highly pigmented, and until you get right to the end, you're going to have a lot of colour. Okay, So what we do is we go in with the heavy just on the end. All right, we do that again. It's just on the end. It comes down to about there. All right, not very much. And we take a section at a time. And what we do is we look at the lines on the embossing. Now, this is a really good one because it's a really, really deep one. And we go in right at these edges. Hang on, I've got a little bristle just hanging off the edge there, which is going to drive me insane. Sorry, get a little bit more paint. A little bit more water. Sorry, I've got a little bit dry there because I took some off. So we're going to come in just along here, like so. All right, I might need a little bit more water on there. No more paint. And we're going to come in around here. So we're just coming in under that detail, just where it's going to be shaded. All right, that's all we're going to do. Now, the next thing you need to do is take a lot of the colour off. So we dip into our water and then we go onto our mat and you can see the colours off. And then we grab a little bit more water, a little bit, not a lot. And then we come from here. So there's very little on there. And we come in this way and we start to drag that colour. If I go the other way and I come from here and drag out, you know, here there's a lot of colour and this is a small space. So I would never get a colour gradient. But coming from here and going in, you're going to get a gradient. And then you mix that like so all the way into here. And I'm actually going in circular movements just to fill that in. Just like that. If I go quiet, I apologise. It's because I can't talk and colour that well. So you see that already. Now I know I'm a little bit, let's see if I can come in a little bit. I can't come in too far because it will blur, but you can see that's all I've done. All I've done. So what we're now going to do is, while this is still wet, I'm just going to get a sharper line there. While this is still wet, we're now going to come with our black. Please don't panic when you see this. So my black is here. I've moved all my palettes around. So we're going to take the black and I'm going to put it on my palette. I'm going to find a space because mine's a bit of a messy palette. That's what I like. I'm going to put my black here. What you don't want is really watery black. You don't want a black that kind of looks like that because that is just not going to do the job. So let's have a look at our black here. Nice strong black. Nice strong black. All right, a little bit more water because it's a little bit dry, so we'll make up a little bit more. Now this is the next thing you need to do. Please do not panic with this. You are going to go with the end of your brush just around that edge with the black, and you're probably thinking, oh holy Moses, what is she doing? And then you're going to wipe your brush off, completely wipe your brush off, pick up a little bit of that red again, a little bit of red, and you're going to blend that in, but don't blend it in too much. Keep some of the black. Just keep some of that black. All right, like so. It's all coming out. Let go. A little bit of water, and then you mix that like that, and you'll see now you've got a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful detail on there. Now it looks quite strange first of all, but let's wait till we get round to some of these other petals. You're going to see how it changes very, very quickly. Okay, it's funny, everyone's gone really quiet now. It's really lovely, but I know you've gone really quiet because I know you're either concentrating on what you're doing or you're watching. So let's go to the next leaf. Petal. We'll take this big one here. Okay, so we're going to go back to that red, a little bit more water, but plenty of pigment. All right, plenty of pigment. We don't want it too wet. I'm going to come over here and see what I've got. I've got a ton of pigment there. So What we're going to do that thing again, and we're going to go round and round that edge. I'm going to have to get my scissors in a minute because my telly nails can't get that tiny little hair off that I need to move. So let's just around the edge, exactly the same. Doesn't matter if you come out a bit at all, but about that much. You plenty of pigment on there. Back into our water. Okay. And we're going to come back from the top here. And we're going to just grab that pigment again. Circular movements all the way along. So back into the pigment, not out. Remember, if you've got a line here now and you're thinking, oh no, I need to blend that out. Stop, lift your brush up, wipe it off, and then just go back in and do a little bit of blending. Don't try and blend out again, if that makes sense. Okay, so, oh, thank you, Natalia. And then I'm going to go back in. I'm going to pick some of this black up here again, because we know that's a lovely solid black. And I'll check here. And it's not wet. It's not a really wet brush, okay? And then we'll come back in and we'll do that thing again. And we're going to go round that edge. Now I can see that black there has gone a little bit grey for me. So I'm going to grab a little bit more black. It's a little bit dry now, so I'll make that a little bit wetter. Pop a little bit more over there. And I'll pick up that black again. Now it's a bit more of a solid black. I'm happy. And we'll go in like so and make that more solid. Wipe it off. Go back to that red. Pick up that red and start blending that black out. And it will kind of turn that red into like a burgundy colour almost. Blend that out a little bit, not too much, or you'll lose everything you've done. Wipe off and then just use your water to blend out. Okay, you can almost leave the ends white if you want to. That gives quite a nice dramatic effect as well. So there we go, 2 petals. Right, can you see the detail that's coming through now? Okay, let's turn that around. No, I'll come back to these because I've come back. I want to show you what I've done here because I haven't put the black on here. I want to show you how different they look when we don't have the black on them. So let's turn around and let's have a look where we want to go next. So that is a big petal there. I'm just going to get my scissors because that tiny little bit on the end is driving me mad. So bear with me just a second. Let me get my scissors. I've only got gigantic scissors, but let me just, it's a tiny, it's like a one little hair at the end, but I can't. That's it. Oh, that's better. That's much better. It's like one hair, you know, when you've got that, I find it when I get the cat's hair in my mouth and I just can't get to it. However much I try, I can't get to it. Yeah, that's better now. So now let's turn this around. Let's moisten that red a little bit now. Plenty of water in there to make that lovely and juicy. You can tap it off into your tray if you want to. So now let's do this again, shall we? So let's come in here, all the way along here with that red, dark red, lovely and pigmented, absolutely lovely and pigmented. And that's going to come down there, just that edge. Okay, you'll see the amount of pigment. Look at that, there's far too much on there. So I'm going to come in with my water, take the paint off pretty much. I might pick up a little tiny bit, but then I'm going to come in at the S. I see I have plenty on the brush. Come in around here and then go back down into that pigment. Yeah, see that? And here, I know if I move out any further, that's just going to be solid and dark. So take off my brush and I come from the outside and I go in, not the other way round. See what I mean? There we go. All the way in there. So let's wipe off again. If you find you've got too much water, Too much pigment, just wipe off. Okay. Around here a little bit more. It's not quite dark enough, but bring that round like so. So I'm super happy with that. You'll see all these white lines here, but don't worry about those. We'll sort that out in a bit. And then we're going to come back in with the black. A little bit, take a little bit off, and we'll come along here, like so. Okay, and we'll come along this line because that's sitting underneath. Okay, just along there. And then we'll come back in with that red again, a little bit of red, not too much, and then we'll blend that in. I might need a little bit more red on there. Yeah, too much black, a little bit more red. And then we'll blend that. That's better. We'll blend that in. And we'll come around here. Okay, I can see that's getting a little bit dark there. So what I'll do now is I'll leave that, take the colour off, and then I'll just blend that out. So hopefully you can see the difference. Okay, you start to see how that's building up and taking shape. It's so easy to do, I promise you. You do need to practice. You do need to practice, but honestly, you can be an expert at this in no time. I promise you. So let's go in with this beautiful big one here, and the reason we're going to cut, actually no, we'll leave that till last. We're going to leave it till last because you've got all the detail, like all the little bits in there, and we'll come to that at the end. All right, so we're going to come into this one here. So that's what the beauty of being able to turn this around. We're going to come into this one just here, this piece. So you take it piece by piece. Now a little bit of red, and we'll come in just under there, not too much, otherwise you won't be able to blend out anywhere. There we go, right in there, and then just leave it. Water, wipe your brush. Again, I'm going to come around this way, and then I'm going to come in. I don't want too much dark. There we go. Sorry if I go a bit quiet. There we are, just in that area there. Okay, so then this is like a bit of a lump here. So this is your emboss. So we just let's put some water on there. We just make that really light, really, really light. I might even pick up some of the paint from over here. Because it's a watercolour, I can do that. And just add that. So it just gives a little bit of colour, but not a lot of colour. And we've got a little bit here that's lifted as well. So we'll just take a little bit of that. Oh no, it's too dark. So that's the thing about watercolour. It's so forgiving. So just those bits there. All right. So now we need to do our dark bit under here where that red is. So let's take our black again. I'm going to make some more black up over here. Check here. There we go. I'm going to come in with that fine brush in here, tiny bit, because this is a very fine area, a very fine area. If I do too much, that whole area is going to go too dark. Get your red, and then pop the red over the black, and just pull that out. Okay. I'm not saying this is the right way to do it, but this is how I do it. You'll have your own ideas. You know, you'll find a way that works for you, but this absolutely works for me. And then we'll blend out. I keep turning it around. Blend out in there. Now, too much water in there. So I can dab the water off. Now under here, this bit here is lifted. So under here is going to have a tiny bit of dark. So I'm going to get a tiny bit just under there. I'm not even going to blend it. I'm just going to pop a tiny bit to give a little bit of shadow under there and leave it. That's all I'm going to do. Okay. Now, We'll come down to this one as well. So this is one that's sitting over the top. So we want this quite light. So I might pick up some of the paint that's here already. And again, I'll double check. It's still quite pigmented, but we can pop that down here. I'm going to pop that across the middle, and I'll get some water and I'll just blend that out. So you can see just a little bit of darker in the middle, just there. There we go. That's the next one done. You can see already how it's starting to take shape. Now we're going to do this one. This hasn't got a lot of detail on it, so I'm going to have a little bit. I've still got a little bit of paint on there, not a lot. So I'm just going to come in with that paint. Then I'll go in with a little bit of darker red at the bottom. So we don't really need to do an awful lot to this one, although I will blend it out as I always do from the top, just so you've still got some definition. And I will bring in the tiniest amount of black, and I'll turn that around because I find it easier. There we go. You barely need to even blend that one out because it's still a little bit wet. If you do, just tap it out like so. There we are. Looking good, eh? Looking good already. So let's come in and fill in some of these petals. Let's fill in that one here. Okay, this is gonna get done quite quickly now. A little bit of red in here, small area. Okay, now you can do this with any color. You do it with your sunflowers, you can do it with your pedestals, you know, any one of my embossing folders that is floral, this technique will work for. Okay, it's just about knowing how much to apply, and that comes with time, that comes with practice. So again, the black, tiniest amounts of black, and this is why you need that nice fine brush. And you can blend that out. I need to, so I've got to put the red on it then. A bit of red. There we go. Straight in like so. And then wipe off and just blend that out. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we are getting close to finishing that one. So we'll go in and we will do this other one very quickly. Very quickly, just like so, and we won't be far done. And then afterwards I'm going to talk to you about what's coming out. We'll have a proper live on it next week, and we'll do a giveaway as well, so don't forget to like and share if you haven't, to be in with a chance of winning. There's some super cool stuff coming, so looking forward to that. So around here I'm going to go in with the red, and we're going to go dark. This is the hardest bit, this one, so I've left it to last. And we're going to go underneath. Doesn't look like it's underneath because we've got red there. Underneath there. If we turn it around, the rest of the flower is there. So we're going to go like so. Just leave it like so. And then we'll come in with our water and we'll blend it out again. And I started in the middle there because it's on both sides. So we'll just come in, blend it out, keep it really light. And this side as well, keep it really light. Just down to where those bits are that are almost like little stamens. All right, leave it like so. And this is looking a bit messy here, so we need to define that a little bit with the black. And we will pop the black in here, which will give us that definition that we need. There we are. Here we are. And just under here, to give us just an idea of where it starts and finishes. All right. So literally on here, last one, to do like this, and then we'll come out with a little bit more, turn that around like so, and then just now in with the lighter colour, and that one's done. Last one, and you'll see how cool this is looking already. You see that? But we'll colour these in a little bit more afterwards as well. And then finally, this we need a little bit of light and a little bit of dark on here, because we don't have too much of a shadow on here. So a little bit of dark, just a little bit around here. And then don't need dark on the other side because it's not underneath anything or over anything. Too much water, tap it off. And then we'll do like so. So I'm leaving all those bits there that we need to fill in, but they need to be black. So we'll come to those in a second. And a little bit of black around this edge, just not too much because it's on the top, it's not underneath. I think I might need just a little bit more on there, make it a little bit more defined. Okay, there we go. Almost together, almost together. I just need to, oh, I forgot this side, need to do this side. That's a little bit dark in there, so I can see that's too dark, so I'm just going to come in with a little bit of red in there. That would annoy me. Tap off, take a little bit of water, blend that out. Still a bit dark, so you can lift off if you want to. There we go. So this one I've already done, so you can see the difference in the look without defining it. It's not quite as detailed, is it? Not quite as detailed. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back in with a little bit of red, and we're going to make sure that's a little bit more defined around here. Okay. Sorry, don't want to get too far off camera. And then a little bit of black, just to get this little one done. Oops, that's far too much black. Just, if it is, just wipe off. Don't try and blend it in or it'll just go muddy. Just wipe it off. And then I'm just going to soften that a little bit around there. You can see the difference now. So now that looks a lot more settled. In here, I think I need a little bit more dark. So I'm just going to go in here with a little bit more black. One I did earlier, not quite dark enough. I wasn't brave enough with the black there. A little bit of red to blend it out. Oops, too much. So you come in with your water. Just blend that out, just like so. See that? Here, I think this is quite white, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of red, a little bit of darker red down one side, and I might even just put a little bit of black on there just because, just to give it some definition. That's better. Come back in with the red, and there we go. So that's what you're going to do for all of your petals, all of them, okay? Every single one. So already you can see how pretty that is looking, okay? It genuinely is easy. You can't purchase the individual pans, unfortunately, simply because I have to order something like 3,000 of each colour, and I haven't been asked enough to justify ordering that many yet. If it happens, I will, I promise. So that's that bit, okay? So this bit in the middle, okay, it's a bit like the poppies. If you've seen me do the poppy before, I do this in the same way. Now, this is almost like the dark centre. So you can do it in gold if you prefer to do it in gold. Let's try it in gold to see what it looks like. I think it might be too wishy-washy though in gold. Let's have a, sorry, there's a little bit there I needed to you to colour. So that bit in the middle, what I would do is I would just add water. So I'll drop water into the middle of it so it pools. So it's just a pool of water. And then I will pick my yellow, if that's what I'm going to go for. I might end up putting some orange in it. I'll go for the yellow and I'll see how bright the yellow is. That's quite good over there. And then I will pop the yellow. Sorry, I'm apologising to the image now. Pop the yellow in the middle. Now, I don't know that I like that. Not sure. So if I'm unsure, what I can do, let's take a piece of the tissue. Take a piece of tissue, and all you're going to do is dab it. You can dab it, look at that, and take that colour out. So for me, actually, I might go a little bit darker. So if I put a little bit of yellow in, then I come in with some orange maybe, a bit of orange. Yeah, that would be better. And then that will soften down, and that would be like my stamens in the middle. So that's really cool, really, really pretty. So you will do that. I'm going to go very quickly and do this one. I'm not going to do that one as well. I'm just going to do this one. So this, I'm going to start from here, and I'm going to grab my red, and it will kind of be like me speed painting here. So all I will do is I'm going to go in like so, and then I will do the leaves. But I need to do this to show you. Okay, let's go in there as well, and I'm going to pull out with the water like so, and I'm going to pull out again with the water. So that's that one. Bring in a look. This is how quick you can be if you want to. Bring in the black. Bring in the black. In here, just up that middle bit there. And then red again, just to soften it. There we go. Just down there. See what I mean when I say black is your friend? I've always said that. And honestly, trust me, it really is. Too much water. There you go. A little bit of water, blend that through. So it looks very strange at the minute, but we'll do the other two and that will look very cool in a second. Looks lovely. Actually looks lovely like that, doesn't it? It really does. So let's do the other one. We're going to go down here because that's where the darker bit is. And actually, I'm going to be a bit of a cheat. I'm going to do two at the same time. Two at the same time. And I'm going to be quite quick with this. I'm going to go with the black straight away. This is for speed more than anything. But you can do this if you want to. Speed. And then I'm going to, a little bit of the red again, just to pull that out. There we are. Pull that out. And then we'll go in with the clean. Oh, that was naughty, Lisa. That's what you get for rushing. Go with the clean brush. There we are. Water. If you see me doing a lot of dabbing, that's when I've got either too much water or too much pigment. I take it off that way. There we go. Less haste, more. Was it less haste, more speed? Is what they say, or I don't know. I can't remember. Something like that, isn't it? So take that like that. Last one, red. Just in the middle here, straight up that middle, and then we can do the green. So I'm only just literally flicking like so. Let's be sensible and do it properly then. And come back in like that. Take a little bit of water off. And you can afterwards, you can go in with your, what are they called? Your, ink gel pens in white, and they look really good when you dot these as well. Can you see how different that looks without putting the black in as well? You do need that black. More haste, less speed. That's it. I'm not good at that. I'm just very aware that time slips away. So a little bit of black there. And again, the red. There we go. And then we're going to blend that out really gently, really quickly. And that, for me, is almost done that flower. Okay. So you take your time. Obviously, I rushed that one a little bit because I want to get to the green. Okay, so look at that. Look at those already. Can you see how it absolutely builds up? Can somebody tell me what embossing folder this is? This is the Wild Peony, and it comes with a die as well. So you cut it out and then emboss it. It's so beautiful. So let's just do a few leaves, just a few. You can do these the same or not. You know, it's up to you. Now, my green, I love my green. I chose these colours. So these aren't like Pantone colours. These are my choice in colours. And I wanted like a dirty olivey green. I wanted a nice bright green. I'll show you a couple of the greens. So this is the brighter green. It's probably a bit dirty now because I've got red paint in there. So that's like your, I suppose that's like your, what do I call it? Twisted citron, but a little bit darker, okay? And then this, oh, this is like your peeled paint. Oh, hang on a minute. Get a bit more paint on that one. That's like your peeled paint. So they're really beautiful colours, okay? My favourites. Now, what I would suggest you do is start on one area. Now, I will finish that off probably tonight, okay? And for now, what I would do is I would go down one, and this is how you break it down. So I'm going to go down the main stem, a little bit of water, doesn't matter because we can add more paint if we need to. And you might have to replenish your water a little bit more often because this is such a fine paintbrush. And actually, I've used this paintbrush throughout the whole thing, haven't I? A little bit. Look at the state of me here. So that's your, just to give you your stem. And actually, what you can do if you want to, I mean, this is the same colour paint. I use it all the time. So you can come down the sides if you want to. And then it will give you a thicker stem. But you can start playing very, very easily. And actually, you can start mixing your colours. So let's use the green. And we're going to come in here again. So we come in with our darker green. Pretend it's like a red. It's exactly the same thing. And we're going to come in with the dark underneath. Dark down here. All the way along. Fill that in. And then you're going to leave it. You're going to wipe off again. And then you're going to come out from the end and grab it. And you'll see now, you'll get a beautiful tone, light and dark. You can decide now if you want to add any black. I might add a little bit of black. And then I'll decide if I'm going to do it again or not. A little bit of black under there. Yeah, I'm going to do the black. I like the black already. Go back in with that green. Just like so. Just like that. And that blends it out a little bit. And then take it off and just touch it up with a little bit of water. I might even come in a little bit lower with the green. So that's, how pretty is that? How pretty is that? So can you imagine what this is going to look like when it's finished? Let's come around with the green rounds here. And we've got two leaves here, so we'll separate them out. Separate that one out. Don't have to, but I'm going to. I'm going to get a little bit more water because my fine brush, and I'll come across the top. Treat it like the red. Across the top. Across here. Now I can see this leaf sits underneath there, so I'm going to go dark under there, dark under there, all the way around there, dark. Then we'll leave it, and then we'll get water on our brush. Oh, not red water. could do with changing my water, but my helper's in the garage cutting stuff. Just bring a little bit further down, and then we're going to the lighter green this way. Lift it in again like we did before. But now this is the first one we had, so we need a little bit of black in that gap. Too watery, so a little bit more. You don't want it grey, you want it black. There we go. A little bit of black in here as well, and a little tiny bit of black there as well. Okay, back in with that dark green. So the principle's the same. Pull it out, pull it out. So just a little bit of black there I missed. Look at that. So can you see how that's building up? We don't mind if you go and change your water. Do you not? Will you all stay there if I just go and change my water? I won't be a minute because it is looking a bit, I should have got two, shouldn't I? But that's looking a bit red. Bear with me. Bear with me. I won't be a minute. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. Well, that's better, isn't it? That's much better. Oh, thank you. Honestly, you can do this, please. You can do this. I promise you. I promise you. You genuinely can do it. It isn't difficult. It's just practice, 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 practice. Remember, I'm going to keep repeating. This is what I'm saying. I'm going to keep repeating what I say. I don't want you to sit here and forget. I want to almost like drum it into you. Oh, look, green everywhere now. Look at that. So we're going to go in with more green. Let's do the green again. And actually, for speed, let's build up some green on here, okay? So this, you know, really the idea is that this is to be used as your palette as well. So it's quite wet. And what we'll do is we'll come down here and we'll build these up. So it won't take you long. It really won't. So that's quite watery. And that's quite nice in there. So we'll do a second leaf. Okay, like so. I'm very aware that it's nearly 8 o'clock. So I know it's hard to take in too much information after about an hour. So I'll give it another 10 minutes with you, just like so you can see exactly where we're going. So there you go. There's your next one. We'll do another. We've got another one down here. Here. Straight in here. So you can then, what this will do, it will define your leaves for you actually. So we're pulling out the stems. So it kind of shows you where the leaves are going to be. So this makes a difference. And this again, you can put your black into if you want to. So there's your stem again. There's loads more stems down here. There's another one that runs down here. So you can do all of the stems first if you want to. And then you can do the leaves afterwards. I will finish this and show you after, but let's concentrate on where the difficult bits are. Okay, so it looks very strange like that, but it won't when everything else is done. So look, so now what might confuse some of you is when you get to something like this, because you've got a bit of leaf here and a bit of leaf there, and you're like, oh goodness me, what on earth do I do now? So you break it down. You break it down per leaf. So we'll come in again with the dark green. I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to look at this leaf under here. So I've got a leaf here. So I want dark under here. Although it doesn't feel dark at the minute, it will. So darker green there, and we'll come out, and then we'll come out here just a little bit. Now we've got our darker green, because it's a small area, I sometimes recommend you put the black on here so you can get some kind of definition. But we'll do the other side as well. So the other side of that leaf is here, and that'll be dark as well. There we go. And then we'll put our black over the top of those bits just to get that definition in. All right, so I put quite a lot of black on there. I'm just going to lean in and do that. I'm going to turn around and lean in and do that. It's not quite enough black. You need it to be heavy black. I keep saying it, and I know I do, but you need it to be heavy black. Don't let it get watery. Don't let it get grey, because it won't do the same job. All right. I'm going to see if you can see that. If I hold that up, it looks, it's very hard because the camera starts to blur when it gets too close. And then you rub your water off, and you come in with a clean brush and go in. All right. And that's going to give you your lighter part of your petals. Same here. You can blend that out a little bit. The water might just move some of that there. If you want a bit darker green on there, you can. But already you can see how this is gonna work. It is really, really therapeutic as well. So let's do this one. This is a plain leaf. So as it's a plain leaf, let's grab some of this up here, and I'll be just a plain leaf. Just follow the lines, and you can colour that in. You can see that's got lines on it already. And then we can colour this one in here. Right. You colour that one in. 2 leaves there are coloured in. All right. I've got a stem. I've got a bit of stem under here. But you can see this leaf is sitting over the top of this stem here. So just go under and define that stem a little bit. Because by defining what's underneath the shadow, and like that, it will push this to the front. Already you can see it's pushed it to the front. So just define that a little bit. There you go. And if you want to put a little bit of detail in here, grab some more dark green. There, just like so. Grab some more dark green. Like so. And if you want now, because it's no definition between those 2 leaves, you come in with your black, your friendly Mr. Black. Oh, I've got a wet finger now, hang on. And you go just straight in there, not dark enough, not dark enough. Just straight in there, and you'll see the definition. You'll see it start to change. And then your green to pull out. And then you can grab from the other end, like so, just to disperse that a little bit. So you can see now, if I keep going and going and going, this is going to look absolutely cracking. And we'll do, let me just check up, my glasses are a bit dodgy. There's another leaf here. We'll do this leaf because this is a cool leaf to do. So this is a leaf underneath. So we're going to go dark here, and this will just finish this bit off. Dark here, a bit wet, so a little bit more. Dark there. It's going to come all the way up in a minute, but we'll do that after. I'm going to turn it around. And so I can see where I'm going. I'm going to put my black in now. All right. Let's put my black in there so I can see, or I'll get a little bit lost otherwise. See that? So that's separated that leaf. Clear it off, clean it off, clear it off. And then you can now come back in here and you can come around here. So that will go underneath there, like so. And you can start to play a little bit more green underneath there, because it's under the leaf. A little bit green, dark green under there, because it's under the leaf. It's a little bit wet, but that's all right. And just let that tiny bit of black tiny bit of black, because you only need a small amount, just like so. And then let's just, oopsie, get the black off my brush and mix that in. So you see that already? Can you see how it's starting? It's starting to take shape, isn't it? Okay, am I going to leave a white border on the other flower? On this one, what around here? Oh, we're going to come to that in a second. I'm just waiting for that to dry a bit, because I want to show you what happens when you've got wet and dry. Actually, is that, yeah, that is dry. We can do that now, actually. So here, okay, here, I've left it. So this little bit here is obviously white. Now, I'm hoping this is going to work. Should do. If I now come in with my brush, I can blend it out. I can blend that like so. And I'm going to wait and see what happens. It should do what I want it to do. When that dries, we'll leave it a minute. We'll leave it a minute. Are you going to leave a white border on the other flower? As in what, this one? What do you mean by a white border? Do you mean just like round the edge here? I'm just wanting to show you this though while I'm waiting for you for your answer. Okay. What will happen here, as this dries, you're going to get a line here, which will be what is like a watermark, because what happens is when you try and blend once it's dried, it gives you almost like a little tide mark, like a salt mark, you know, you get when you've got a bit almost like oxidey, I suppose. But that's what will happen. And actually, I was hoping it was going to happen, but it isn't happening. Well, it might do in a minute. It might do. But yeah, so that's what will happen. You'll get like a little tide mark. Now you can go in and you can, you know, this is quite white here. So if you find you want it a little bit darker, you can go and grab one of your paints, and you can, if you want to, just fill it in a little bit. I mean, I don't want to fill it in too much, and blend that out a little bit. So that looks a little bit darker there, but that's how I would do it. So where I was doing at the moment, the delays are it's a little bit delayed. That's a problem. Or maybe did you mean there? Maybe you did mean there. If you didn't, I apologise if you didn't. But what you can do, if you really want to not have white edges, you can paint all the way over to the edges. So you can, like, let's pick up round here. If you really wanted to, you can paint. See what I mean? I'm going to add water. I don't like that look. I prefer the look when you've got a little bit of white on it. That much. I've ordered the paint palette. Oh, thank you, Anne. Honestly, you really will enjoy doing this. So let me go back to the red one more time, because obviously you've seen me do the green. Take leaves at a time, right? Do one green leaf and one red petal, just so you can have a final look at how we do this. So let's do this leaf in here, so we kind of finish a bit. So we're literally, and there's the stem down there, and then we're going to need a little bit of water on there. We're going to come out with these leaves in the dark, all the way along here, dark. Let's get a little bit more dark in there. It looks weird, it looks the same. And then I'm going to ask you to put your black on. I'm going to ask you to define it and put the black on. All right. I'll ask you to go in there so you can start to see that difference. I can see that already now. That looks different there. So I can now see it's different to the rest of that stem. Okay. And then we'll get the water and we'll blend out. Okay. Water, blend out. But remember what I keep saying, I know I keep saying it, don't blend from here out. Grab water, push in almost, and you'll grab some of the colour. Now again, here, this is underneath, okay? Grab your green, solid green, under there, underneath there, dark green, okay? Bit more, dark green. Wipe off a little bit of black so we can define that green. So it separates it from the stem. Black there, just like so, tiny bit of black. And what a difference. So now you can see the difference in parts of the leaves. You can now, if you want to, come out here and blend in a little bit more. I'm quite happy with that. So that is how you do the leaves. Exactly the same, but obviously break your leaves down a little bit. Absolutely break the leaves down. We'll do one petal here, just so you can see how they join. It's getting a little bit waterlogged now. So you can see how they all join, because this, for example, here, we've got to get a definition here. We've got a definition between the two. So just one more, and then I'm going to leave it because time's getting on and it's 8:15 and it's a bit of a long session and I don't want to keep it too long. So again, in here, like so, back to the red, dark red. Okay, bring that like so, just there. And then you're going to wet your brush, you're going to come to the end, not a lot on it, it's going to hit that, and you're just going to blend that out. If you get too much colour, when you start seeing it spread too much, wipe off. Wipe off. That's all you need. Don't make that any darker. Black, just in there. I'll talk to you in a second as well because I've got a giveaway. Just in there. And then the red, again, just to blend that out, so you don't get a solid harsh line. And I want you to go away and practice, practice, practice. There you go. So you can see I'm now starting with that one, but you're going to get a definition because you've got that black sitting under there, not dark enough. Black sitting under there. See that? That is how you define your petals if you want to. I mean, you don't have to do what I'm doing, but for me, it makes such a difference. So just blend that out. Lisa, just step away now. Step away, leave it. Right. So look at that already. Now I'm just going to grab something because I want to show you a sneak peek of next week. But I don't want to show you too much. Come on, bear with. Oh, I've not got it here. I haven't either. No, what have I done with it? 1 second. Oh, you lot are going to hate me. Let me turn you around. Let me turn you around. Let me turn you around. I can see a red-headed clown's sad face in the corner. Oh, up here. Oh, that's funny. Let me just turn you around. Now I'm back. I'm back. So, first things first, did you like that? I really hope you did. I really hope you did, because I'm just going to turn it around just so you can see how we're getting on. And I will finish it. And we'll put some some bits of white on there as well, so get some little spotty bits on there as well. Problem is about craft. What's that? Oh, I missed that. Problem is about craft is you can't comment because you're watching. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. I did have peaks, but I must have taken, I didn't think I took them back downstairs. Must have done. Anyway, I was going to show you what we've got coming up on the next show, and it was going to be the giveaway. So that's not going to happen, is it? But yes, it is. So what we'll do is, obviously the giveaway won't come out this week. So Miriam and Dawn, can you make a note? It won't come out this week because it means you've got it before Telly've got it. So this week's giveaway will be what's coming up, the collection that's coming up on TV on the 6th of June. All right. So that's what you've won. And yeah, it's really, really good. But we'll do a live for that next week. Okay. But yeah, there will be a winner. We'll announce the winner tomorrow who's won what's coming up in the live next week. All right. So let's have a look. Thank you. Thank you. Please have a go. Please do. It isn't as hard as it looks. If you look at the center of the flower, for example, if you're not happy about doing it yellow, the best thing to do is to literally do that in the red as well and just kind of make it look like a petal. Has last week's gone out? I'm not sure. I will check with Danny. You are one of, was it, I can't remember who won last week. I think it's gone out. I think there were two, but I can't remember. I will check with Miriam and Dawn because they've given me the details, and I'll check that Danny's posted it. If not, it will be going out early next week, probably because I was away if it hasn't gone out. Let's have a look. Let's see any comments that you need to know. I'm going to watch a few times before you, please do. Also on YouTube, go and watch the one I did with the poppies. I did an hour-long YouTube and I coloured a poppy from start to finish. That again is in the reds and the blacks. So again, it will give you something different to look at if you've got a different flower and you're thinking, oh, it's got a different angle to that one. Where do I do that layer? The stems are different as well, but the stems here, I think, are looking great. But I will finish those off. Okay, so that, can we buy? Oh, I can't find it now. Can we? Can we buy refills? No, unfortunately not yet, because I haven't had enough people ask for refills because they seem to be lasting forever. So thank you, everyone. I'm so pleased you joined me for that, and you all stuck with me, didn't you? You really did. So thank you. Please make sure you like and share. I will make sure that I finish it off and show you, and I will make sure that we do kind of a double giveaway next week. Whoever wins today won't get it yet, but they will get it when it comes out after the show. So we need a one-to-one with you as a prize. Honestly, you get bored of me. Honestly, Danny does. Quickly before I go, we have got some exciting things coming up. We are going to be doing Mary knows what's coming up, so yes, it is a fabulous surprise, Mary, isn't it? So we've got something very exciting coming up, and for those of you who are on Facebook, it would be really good if you could start to join us on YouTube, because we are going to be doing some exclusive classes for YouTube. We're going to have some exclusive product with exclusive classes that you can buy at discounted prices if you are part of the YouTube event. I will give you more details when the product arrives, so we know what we're doing. It's very easy. It's very easy to join YouTube. Very, very easy. You'll be sent a code. Click on it and it will take you straight into the area where you need to be to follow along with YouTube, and it'll be a free class. The only thing you will need to buy is if you want the exclusive product that we're going to be using, that's fine. If not, you can craft along with whatever you have. So that's coming up. We've also working on an app as well for some different things, so you don't double buy things, so you only have put one in your butt. Yeah, lots of things coming up. We've got the wish list. We've got loads and loads and loads of things. We are still working behind the scenes hard on the rewards and loyalty points as well. So that will be going live hopefully in the next month or so, and that will open up a whole world of opportunity as well. Final thing before you go is, you know, we used to have the email when back in stock, and that worked really well. Well, it's not working so well now, and we've got a new system. It doesn't come up with a button across the page to email when back in stock. What you need to do is, there's a wish list at the side of the website when you're on a particular product. So what you need to do is add it to your wish list. When you add it to your wish list, we're pretty sure that it does work. You add it to the wish list, and if it's out of stock, when it comes back into stock, you get notified that way. Okay. Also, it'll be really handy if you're only a guest on our website, if you create a login as well, because that will enable you to get notifications about things. And also there'll be a newsletter starting too, with codes and all sorts. So we're really working hard behind the scenes. So just a few things going on. Okay, so hopefully, can I do an embossing folder with a robin on? Might be able to do that. I might be able to do that. Just saying. All right. So, love watching you on YouTube, but I can't comment because I have to watch it through a game console. Oh, that's okay. As long as you don't mind not commenting and you're just happy to be here. I'm just happy that you're here, really. So that would be great. Anyway, time's getting on. It's 8:20. I've kept you far too long. Paint palettes, brushes, embossing folder, gel pens, everything. If you want to have a go, it's on the website. If not, go away, play with your own stash and see how you get on. But if not, it's available for you. Anyway, I'm going to go. Next week is the show and tell, 7 o'clock, for a corker of a show. Your paint palettes work fabulously with it. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, Jennifer, shh. So have a lovely evening, everybody. You take care of yourselves. Look after each other. Have a fabulous weekend. It's going to be good weather. Get out in that sunshine. Take your paint palettes out under the parasol and get colouring. All right? Take care. See you later. Bye.